Hey, what's up everybody? It's Levi Ellis here. Thanks again for watching and welcome to my new subscribers. If you're new to my channel, I'm trying to bring you cryptocurrency news in the entertainment kind of way, so it's easy for you to digest. So guys, today I have a returning visitor. It's a visionary, a blockchain expert, and it's the founder of TenX, Julian Hosp. How are you doing, my man?
Levi, it's always great to be here with you and chatting. It's been a long time, so it's great.
Yeah, 6 months ago, it was the day before your ICO. We know by now it was a pretty successful one. So tell us, Julian, where do we stand? Where do we stand with TenX, the status quo? Last year, I guess you were around 25 employees. So how are things right now?
Well, now we're recording this April 3rd, so end of Q1 2018. We are now close to 60 employees. We actually have over 60 hired already, but I think 56 people have started. So we've had an insane growth over the past couple of weeks and months. Since I'm like in the company, I'm pretty much head of culture. I really make sure that in the company, the culture stays and we have this really great culture and it's really important to us. So yeah, a lot of work there. Obviously also always with the large team, right? Making sure that everyone sticks with the culture and then all the new team members come in with the right culture. It's something that's really important. Team wise, I think we are as good as it could be. If we talk about product wise, we talk about consumer facing wise. I think it could be a lot better. Meaning we've done actually a really good job last year. We had over 200,000 users. We had actually close to 100,000 cards. And then everything was flying. Everything was really going. We had the scaling challenges solved with the bank. So this was all going really, really well. And then beginning of Q1 this year, 2018, Wavecrest lost their card license. And so we lost them as an issuer, which obviously, kind of hacked down everything that we wanted to work for. We have actually a lot of alternative solutions right now on the table. We're just waiting for this final get-go on one of them. And it's, to be honest, not 100% clear to us either on why there is certain stops and certain things that I'm not allowed to talk about simply because we have NDAs with these companies. And then some other things are just, I don't know, I think some companies, they don't have their own stuff together, right? And I think all this kind of mixed together slows things down. We had this goal for ourselves to have the cards live again within Q1. Now, obviously, it's after Q1 and we don't have the cards live again. This has been a big disappointment for us simply because we really worked hard on delivering everything that's possible. And but look, as a company, you have this, right? We have our wallet live. We're going to be adding a couple of new coins. I don't know, when is this video going out? When are you going to post
today?
This? Okay. Then I'm not going to mention anything on this. Okay. So we're going to add new coins over the next couple of days and maybe weeks, right? And then so that the wallet is getting better and the wallet is getting smoother. And but to make cryptocurrency spendable, it's definitely, we want to get this done ASAP, and we're working on this really, really hard.
Yeah, and is this something that is outside of your control? Is it something that lies at the issuer side? Are you ready from your end?
Yeah, so it's really an outside thing right now. I mean, there's always some things. If the other side is not 100% ready, then there's some things that you can do on your end. It's really an outside thing right now. One thing, right? So we have all our team members had internal team goals for Q1, and we had a team bonus on if these people would reach all their team goals, it would be clear that we get our card live. Now the crazy thing is all the people reached their kind of milestones, and we didn't get the card live. So out of like really kind of, we as a company decided, even though actually everyone should deserve the team bonus, we didn't pay the team bonus, and it was a 1 month salary, so it was actually quite a big bonus, right? And we said as a team, we're not going to do it simply because we feel we want to stick with our community, right? We want to stick with our customers, and it's really important to us. So look, always stuff, especially when you're a startup, right? Stuff always,
you always have challenges,
right? Exactly. And the key is, we just posted a video on our YouTube channel, which is called "We Never Stop." And really, I mean, we started roughly 2.5 years ago, and over these past 2.5 years, it's been, look, a roller coaster, right? We've been from raising money last second to getting an ICO with $80 million, but in between, it's like all over the place. So we're used to that. So
hey, one final question on the card then, Julian. So what about when the new issuer is integrated? Do we all also need a new card?
Yeah, we're gonna send everyone, including you, a free new card.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so how do you stand with the other milestones on the roadmap? So like with Comet, with the banking license, is that on track then?
Banking license looks really, really good. So that's one thing we're very optimistic. We haven't released the country in Europe, and we're not going to release the country until we actually going to go live with everything. The reason is we have just seen a lot of companies who have been just trying to copy a lot of things from TenX and try to take a lot of shortcuts. What then happened was that backfired actually for us because these companies started to use like a simple example is actually our legal firm in Singapore, right? So the legal firm we have been using in Singapore has been doing a great job. And then everyone asked us, hey, who is your legal firm? And we told them who's our legal firm. Then what happened was suddenly they had 80 companies and they didn't have any time for us anymore, right?
Wow.
So it was like, because, it's obviously very lucrative for them to offer, like do a plug and play for an ICO that they've done so many times, than to work on new legal challenges, right? Exactly. And so and so these and we kind of fear the same with the banking license, that we kind of really lay out all the kind of auditing and issuing. So that's going really well. Banking license definitely going well. Comet, we acquired a team actually now in Sydney, Australia. Nice. That I would love to present pretty soon. They are very strong research background. They really know their stuff. And that's going to bring a big boost to Comet. Comet has been suffering a bit on the speed simply because we've tried everything, especially on getting a short-term success with the cards. And we really kind of pulled everyone in from all the developer side. And look, I think the work is not lost, so that's good.
Perfect. Okay, and the main topic for today is talking about a book that you have released. When was it? A couple of months ago already now? Or was it last month?
No, right before Christmas. So I think December or something.
So what's the name of the book? Tell us a little bit about it.
That was actually really well. Cryptocurrencies Explained Simply, or Cryptocurrencies Simply Explained. Actually, the book came out of a very interesting idea. We had this concept of how can we onboard team members really, really efficiently. So to make sure that, they come on and they kind of hit the ground running when it comes to crypto. And so we had this handbook. And after some time, this handbook kind of grew and got more extensively. And then people said, can I give this handbook to my family? Can I give this handbook to my friends? Because, dude, this is so great, right? And so after some time, it's like I wasn't really comfortable because the handbook had a lot of 10x kind of specific and internal things inside because it was a handbook, right? So I said, you know what? Let's make a version that you can actually give out. And so then there was this idea, why not make a book and call it Cryptocurrencies Simply Explained or Explained Simply? Because at the end, that's what it's all about. How can you explain these things in super simple terms? And man, the success was really, really mind-blowing. In Europe, in the German markets especially, the book hit #1 of all books for weeks, right? So just before Christmas, we were selling thousands of books a day. It was insane, right? We're not making any profit on it, or very little profit on it, but it's really mostly on, I think it's a great tool to raise awareness about cryptocurrencies. Obviously, it's a great marketing tool. And so it was a fun success. And obviously, if people are new to crypto and they kind of want to find out, obviously, I can highly recommend reading the book. I think it has helped like literally hundreds of thousands of people all around the world. So I think it's done a great job.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Julian, because I've also read the book myself during my holidays because you sent me one, of course.
Yeah.
And now I've lent it out to a friend who just started with cryptocurrencies, and he really thinks it's very easy to read. So very, very nice job. So we are also going to, how do you say it, hand out one of the books, and it will be signed by Julian, and he will send it to you. So I will also tweet out this video on Twitter. So everybody who retweets this video will make a chance with winning this book. I will draw the winner, and then in the end, I'll send it to you, or Julian will send it to you.
Yeah, we'll send it. That's a cool, a cool move. I like that.
Exactly. So, okay. Final thoughts, Julian. So, we are obviously in a very bearish market at the moment. So,
yeah,
a lot of people are afraid. People say crypto is dead. What do you think as a visionary, as a thought leader, I know this is not financial advice, pure speculation,
Yeah.
but when do you think that the tables will turn again? And yeah, tell us.
I mean, I started with blockchain and crypto in 2014. And what struck me back there, and you can see this actually, I made my very first videos in 2015. I was always more focused on blockchain, right, rather than cryptocurrencies. It was just the reason I got involved in cryptocurrencies was because I understood that it was the very first and easiest application of blockchain. But back then, this idea of cryptocurrencies was extremely negative because crypto back then went from a really high, Bitcoin was at 1200 and it dropped down to 250. And it was this 2014, 2015 year where I started when it was completely negative. And so I see the same thing right now. Just I see everything happening a lot faster. And the reason why it's so much faster is because there was so much hype that so many short-term thinkers came in, and all these short-term thinkers who wanted to get rich overnight, they're being washed out right now.
Yeah.
And I think what it needs right now is it needs to go from this crazy mania that we have seen last year to a bit of hate and kind of not liking crypto. But the final stage, what we need to see first is actually this not being interested, this disinterest, right? This complete, I don't care about crypto, you know, like, and actually you and me who have quite large YouTube followings, we should actually see this, right? We should see the follower numbers drop, the user number, the viewer numbers drop, right?
Yes, yeah.
We see it in the requests and so on. And this is actually a really good sign because this shows that now people stop caring, and this stop caring is when suddenly the foundation, the fundamentals can actually come in. And that's when the real visionaries then really kind of take off. And it's the same thing that happened in the past 4 years. And it's just going to go faster, right? The cycles repeat. They just compress. They're faster.
Yeah.
So I made a prediction that I see Bitcoin at 50, 60,000 this year. And I still think so, right? I still think Ethereum can hit 2,000 to 3,000 this year. I don't see that much potential in Ethereum. And obviously, I might be totally wrong in stating any of these numbers. So like I said, don't take this as financial advice. It's just what I personally see, right? And everyone has to make up their own mind.
Yeah.
But I see this year simply because I see this disinterest happen. Normally I get so many press requests and press interviews from all over the world, right? From TV and so on, who want to talk
CNN.
about crypto. And now it's like, yeah, exactly. And now it's like not many people want to talk about crypto. And that's the really, really good sign. That's where I know that's the real bullish sign, right? That's where I see stuff happening. And so I still see that we can fluctuate up and down, and it will. But there will be suddenly this point when all these weak hands are washed out, and then people are like, man, actually, there's so much new value created, right? There's so much fantastic value. I don't understand why Bitcoin isn't higher. And boom, this is when it's going to explode. And it's going to explode the same way as it did 2016, 2017. And yeah, you're going to have people who are not going to believe this. They're going to get weak, and that's absolutely okay. And that's what's needed. Those visionaries, you and me, and hopefully many people following you on your channel, they kind of really pull it through, and they're not going to get washed out.
Super well said, Julian. I totally agree with you. And also, if you look at it from an ecosystem perspective, there has been a lot of changes compared to 2014 as well. So you were saying that the cycles will go faster. So if you look back at the last bear market, it took around 2 years?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say 1 year was the actual bear market. I think 1 year was the actual bear market. Then there was this agnostic kind of market where no one cared, and then it started hyping, right?
So we can expect a faster cycle than the 1 year then.
I think it's gonna take we're gonna see a bear market of 4 or 5 months. So I think April, maybe, if you count December in as a bit of the bear market still, I think now we're gonna see more of this agnostic kind of side. It's probably gonna take 2 or 3 months. But then I think end of Q2, beginning of Q3, we might see a lot of buying pressure again and a lot of upside because the fundamentals are really, really, really strong. It's just that people are completely blinded by what the prices are doing, and they're kind of forgetting what value actually is, right?
Exactly.
And there's more users in crypto. There's more companies in crypto. Large funds look into crypto, countries, regulators. It's actually a very, very positive sign. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. If you look at it also, more use cases are getting in production. So that are also for me bullish signs. So great to hear that, Julian. Thank you very much. Well, it was good to
Man,
have
it's
you on my
always
show.
always a pleasure talking to you.
Yes.
I really appreciate that. You have one of the funniest kind of ways to approach this sometimes dry market and, you know, a dry kind of topic. And that's so important, you know, like we actually, I mean, one of our like core values is, you know, to always create a bit of fun and weirdness. So that's always, that's really, really, really important.
So when I still need a job to apply, I can apply to you, huh?
Anytime, man, send me a message.
Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Peace out.